So we're going to go through regular payments of annuities, and we're going to focus on future value. And what that means is we're going to figure out how much money we have to put away every compound period, and R is our regular payments. Hopefully you guys remember these definitions from before. How much money we have to put away in order to reach a specific amount. So we're going to make our own parameters, which means we're going to make our own. We want to figure out how much money we can make in 20 years. Say we wanted to make $30,000 in 20 years in a bank account. How much do we have to pay every compound period? So I'm going to give us a different type of compounding period because all we've been working with is monthly. So we're going to try something different. I'm going to say you have a bank account that's quarterly. Okay? And how many times a year is quarterly? 4. That's right. That's 4 times per year. Okay? We're going to say this bank account is going to give you 5% per year. Okay? 5% per year. And we're going to say that you're going to invest money for 10 years. How much money would we like to have in 10 years? How much money would you like to have?
$50,000.
50,000? Okay.
No, that's just for chilling. That's not even for working. It's like collecting checks, you know? And I want to work with a small little number that doesn't get off.
I'm going to move you guys first. So, 50,000 is the amount we need to obtain in 10 years. Our I, which is our compound interest rate, is something we have to figure out. We have to actually put the interest rate and divide it by the compounding period. So we have to solve for our I before we can put it in. I is equal to the interest rate, which is 5%. Do I just put it in as the number 5? 0.05. The compounding period is what? Quarterly. So that's 4 times per year. So our C is 4. So to figure out our I, we need to divide these values. Do I have a calculator? Yeah. 0.05 divided by 4. 0.0125. Okay, so we figured out our I. Our N in this case is the number of periods. So how many times do we put money in the bank? We said we wanted to do it in 10 years, so our years are 10. And our compound period is 4 again. So that means we do it 4 times a year for 10 years. We do this 40 times. So what that's telling us is that we're going to make 40 investments. We're going to put in 4 times a year a certain amount of money. We need to figure out how much money we have to put in 4 times a year to get $50,000. So instead of rearranging the whole formula, we're going to isolate for R. Regular payments is what we're trying to figure out. So what we've done here is we've taken our future value formula. We plugged in 50,000 for the future value or the amount. We plugged in our I and our N. We need to solve for R. So we need to isolate for this letter R to figure out how many regular payments we need to put in. So in order to isolate, the first thing we're going to do is move over, because this is division, our 0.0125, and we'll multiply by this. The right side of the equation will still read R 1.0125 to the power of 40 minus 1. On the left side, we're taking 50,000 and multiplying it by this decimal.
Shut up! Man, I don't know jack anything about this game, so please.
So we took our 50,000 and multiplied it by the decimal. Becomes 625. We get 625 on the left side. The next thing we want to do is collect our like terms in this bracket. Make it one number. So we get 625 is equal to R. And this bracket itself, we're going to try to solve in our calculator. So we take this 1.0125 and we put it to the power of 40. That's not the right number. 125 to the power of 40. And this large number needs to be subtracted by 1. So instead of writing this whole number out, I'm going to subtract by 1 and then write the decimal. So we'll subtract by 1 is equal to 0.6436. We'll go up to 4 decimal places. Okay, so we simplified this part. And our goal is still to isolate R. So to move this over, because this is multiplication, we end up with division. We'll get 625 divided by 0.6436. Once we divide 625 by this value, it'll tell us what our regular payments needed to be. So 625 divided by 0.6436, $971.10. That's it? $71.10. So what that means, in order for us to have $50,000 in the bank, in this specific bank account, if we invest $970 every 3 months or 4 times a year, we'll have made $50,000 over the course of 10 years. It's a pretty big bank account. It's not that large of an amount of money to put away every 3 months to acquire $50,000.